Good morning to you all. For some reason it's saying I'm not live. Now I'm live. Alright, let's get into some painting. Gonna do kind of a simple, hey Sonia, just doing some mountain and some trees today. Not gonna be complicated. Kind of very simplistic. We want to keep it simple, so if someone wants to follow along, they can. 9 by 11 watercolor paper, 9 by 12. I don't know. Let me check. 9 by 12. Sorry. And then I tape off the borders with some low tack tape. It's sticky enough to hold the edges to the board. And this is just an old canvas panel. And I'm going to put down just a little bit of, little tiny bit of glycerin up here. Just to kind of blend my skies just a little bit. Hi, Madonna. Let's put down a base coat of white. Good morning, Cookie. How are you? And we'll just kind of put a basic white. Ted's going to bark a little bit today. Let's wipe the paint off the tape so we don't keep spreading it around. Stuff that in the corner. I'm going to grab some mountain blue. Believe it or not, this is just a mountain blue. That's actually the color it is. It's apple barrel crafts paint. Keep our little paper towel handy. And we'll just kind of get that in there. We're just doing little X strokes. Nothing, just quick small ones. Not doing the big strokes today here. We'll just kind of softly pull it out. And grab just a little bit more white. And we'll spread some more white down here on the bottom. Just kind of ease it in there, you know. We're going to put a couple mountains in here anyway, so we want just a tiny bit of blues in here. Kind of turns kind of a gray color with that white in the background. Get a little bit more medium. We'll pull the medium down. Throw a little of my white on the bottom. Just kind of ease it in there, you know. Like there's a cloud, but there's not really a cloud type of deal, you know. And we'll stretch it out. So we've got a little sky, quick sky. It was easy. Took like half a minute to pull that sky off, you know. Maybe a minute. We can go with a minute. Oh, 4. Okay. Since I said hello, it's 4 minutes. Now I'm going to do something strange and actually going to do, I didn't clean my brush. But I'm going to start out with some white mountains here. We're going to go in kind of backwards today. Let's just kind of tap these in. Kind of a little valley right there, maybe. And then we just give us an outline of where we're headed. We'll go in shadow after. And kind of throw that kind of shape in there like that. Maybe a little something right there. Maybe a little something down here. Kind of like that. Go ahead and grab a little bit more of the white. Let's pick a spot. Let's say that side's probably quite a bit brighter. And we'll just ease that little shadow and highlight right in there. We'll tap it right in here and right up here. We're just using the brush just kind of flat. Not giving it, don't overthink it. It's just, now we're going to grab some of that mountain blue that we worked on the sky with. Still with the same brush, uncleaned. Didn't rinse it because I want that little extra. And we're just going to tap this in. And we'll just tap that down like that. Maybe a little bit right in here. Tiny bit right in here. We'll go off this back edge. And toss a little in there like that. And we'll kind of wipe the brush off just a little bit. And we'll go back over here after we've taken some of our paint off and kind of just fade that down in. So we don't want it quite as heavy as that was. Grab hold some white. Dab a white in there. Dab a white in there. Maybe a little white in there. We'll dab maybe a little speck right in here and then kind of grab that edge. And we'll just kind of bring that edge down like that. Like so. And if you really want that one at the bottom there to kind of pop out a little bit more, you can go ahead and give a nice sharp glob of paint. If you want it to be that type of, and I'm not too stressed about how much comes off. Let's just kind of bring that down there like that. And then we'll just kind of grab a little glycerin, tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Brush is still kind of wet. We'll just kind of bring that over there like that. Tiny smidgy of blue in there. Okay, now we're going to grab a little bit more blue. Thank you, Madonna. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll do that today. Madonna, I'm sorry. I just, yeah. Now I'm just going to tap out the bottom. Kind of like there's maybe some. See, I still got some of that blue on my paintbrush. So you can actually add a little bit more blue if you want. Go ahead and just tap those in there. And I didn't clean my brush, so it's kind of skippy, jumpy, all over the place type of thing. That's okay. We kind of like that look. Kind of want it to be kind of there, but not there. Look. And we'll just tap that in. And we'll just maybe even grab a touch of the phthalo blue. And I'll just bring that down like that. Sure, why not? We'll just bring that all in there. I made it a little slight boo-boo, but that's okay. That's still blue. We're not worried about it. Just pull that over. Just kind of move it that way a little bit. Go with a little bit more blue. A little darker right in there. Hi, Aurora. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good day. Whatever the case may be. Let's just kind of toss a couple of these in here. And just a couple more right in here. And a few darker ones. So they're in the mist, you know, they're in there, but they're a little bit more phthalo blue, phthalo. Let's put that right on that edge. It's dark right there, you know. And occasionally tap in a couple down in here. Just what it does is it kind of gives that little broken line, you know, so it's not like a water line-ish. Let's use it as a shadow. And we'll kind of just blend that down in. Now I'm going to touch into my red. And I'm going to throw it a little white in it and just a touch of blue. We're going to put just a little color right in here. And maybe just because that color's there, let's grab a little of that purpley color and throw that right in here too. Just so there's a little dark spot. Maybe I'll tap a little of that in there. You know, a couple of little rock cliffy type deals. Maybe a little something right in here. Maybe right in here too. Kind of give it a little bit of a mountainish type shape. A little hill. And nice little something right here, just because it needs to be there. Just giving it a little more texture down there. I'll grab a little water, a little bit of that blue and purple color, and get all that nice and in there. Cover that up. We're gonna grab a blob of white. Start way down at the bottom. The blob. Good morning, Eva. How are you? Now we'll just kind of ease that in there like that. Kind of blend that all in. And we'll just gonna look very similar to what you would do with a water line, but instead of being so careful not to keep it all straight, don't keep it all straight. Just kind of, throw that in there. Yeah, this time don't go ahead and keep all those pretty straight lines. We'll just kind of grab a little white right there. Maybe a splash. Oops, that one a little high, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll get a little bit of that very sharp edge right there off. So we've got those trees back there, really far in the distance. And we're using the same, we can go with a smaller brush. Let's go with the 1/2 inch. That fan is going to drive me completely bonkers. I'm grabbing that mountain blue. This is the color I'm going to start with. Oh, how big do we want to go first? Let's go this big. Let's go about that big. And we'll just use the corner of that brush and kind of just don't overthink it. And I'll just tap in that tree. That's behind me. Okay. Thank you. And darker down in there. So not an overthought tree. But kind of really not overthought at all. Then we'll take the blue, the same blue we did the tree with, and let's kind of just maybe pull it this way. Because, we've got our light source coming kind of probably from here-ish. So it's going to be coming probably even more of an angle, but, a tree, we're going to have another one next to it, so. I know, blue trees, why would they be doing blue trees? Well, why not? Maybe they're blue spruce trees, who knows? We can even go this side one all by itself. We'll go back in and kind of tap in this tree. And pull that shadow. Pull that shadow way over, right there from there. You can even go darker if you want. You can grab just a touch of red in there. Touch of red in your blue. Hey Shane, that was a pretty amazing painting you did the other day. And we'll pull that over that way. She did this beautiful, deep forest scene. Spooky. Loved it. Thought it was awesome. I'm jealous. A couple of little sticks in there. And go with a little dark in the middle. Grab a little bit more of the blue. Go a little darker on this side. only the truth. Now, I'm just gonna touch in a couple little white spots right here. I know it's shadow, but if I leave my shadows completely solid, they look funny. Because you basically end up with like a blob, and you don't want a blob. You just break it up a little bit, like there's some ridges in that snow, you know. And we can even tap in a couple little white things in front. Not very white, just tiny, tiny light. Okay. Bring out a few, then we'll tip our brush so it kind of goes that way a little bit. Rinse it off. Not clean. Not clean, clean. We'll just kind of pull down a little bit. Just pull that way just a tiny bit. I'll tap that in. A couple of trees, got a little space in there, you know. You can even go ahead and tap that in there. Put a couple of those in there, you know. Got that tree line that kind of disappears for it. Occasionally we can put something dark in there. Just kind of way back in the background. I'm going to grab some of the blue. And we're going to go like this. I don't know if I'm jumping in with both feet. Does he want a big brother right here? I think he does. So it's kind of, I don't know, like something like that shape-ish. Let's rinse our brush off. This time we're going to go with a little green color. But we're going to use our very flexible filbert brush that I love to use. I'm going to grab a little bit of that mountain blue. Now I'm grabbing English ivy, which is kind of a deep olivey dark green color. And I really like this color. I use it a lot on my trees. The reason I use this brush is because this brush creates what I want it to do. Gives me that look I want. Yeah. And we'll go back in and change a few flavors of them. Not worried about the middle. The middle is actually just a guide. It actually isn't going to really be there. And maybe we'll do a little bit of something. Yeah, I got a little spot right in there that's missing. Kind of just knock that big tree like that. Some some nice branches in front. I'm gonna grab some of the blue and throw it in that green. Touch of red in there also. Go in and kind of put the little things in the middle here. Get that tree right out there. I'm not overly concerned about the shape as much as I should be, probably, because I'm coming over with something else over it. Just tap in a couple of these. A little bit more red in it. Gives it that shadow effect in there. So there's branches that are coming toward you also. The reason I didn't concentrate so much is this is going to come over a lot of that tree, so that's why we didn't really kind of focus over there so hard. And we'll go ahead and tap that up there and get that water bubble off there before it drips. Using very wet on wet, and it might be dry. Let's just tap that in. And I'll just kind of bring that in there like that. Worry more about that side this time. Than I am this side. And it's easy to do. You just find a brush you like and just go for it. Trees or whatever. They're not perfect. I mean, they're pretty awesome, but not all trees. But don't overthink them. You know, the shapes are what they are. Now this time I'm going to grab a tiny smidgy of black. Try not to get too dark here. Jimmy, we're talking the corner. And let's put in those middle shadows that we have to give that tree some depth. I'll kind of hide that. Blue center. Probably shouldn't have gone blue, but that's okay. I'll get a little darker right in here and kind of throw those over there. Might even go on this side and kind of knock out some of that with a drives me crazy. Now even if you want, you can toss in a couple of those. Like maybe he's got a little brother right here or something. You don't even need to draw the line. Yeah, we'll just kind of something like that. If you want, you can fill that in a little bit more. Totally up to you what you do. Now, because I painted these very, very green, I'm going to go back in with my blue. I'm just going to touch a few of the edges. I know. Hope you're doing better. put a little blue in there. I know we're weird dropping some blue in there, but I want that hint of blue. Now, I'm going to clean my brush really good this time. I'm going to go into white. I'm actually going to smash my brush down kind of hard to get it kind of in the bristles. And just kind of and maybe something over here. Just a tiny bit more paint. Oh, right in there. I don't know. I grade it out in there somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere's up here. It needs to be something. There we go. That'll work. And I'll drop a little on this dude. Just a tiny few spots here. He's not very covered. And we'll drop a couple on this guy. He may have a little bit more on him. And we'll kind of just bring those down like that. Once you find that position you like, don't be afraid of it. I mean, those back there are totally up to you if you want to put anything on them. I mean, you can. It's not going to bother them. You can just do a little. Just so it looks like they've got some on them. Don't get carried away. Yeah, it's there. If you want, you can go ahead. Oops, got a little green on that one. Well, gonna have to do something with that. Let's think. Oh, we get it. We can do this. Let's grab you. You old ugly brush. You're not ugly. No, just relax. I didn't call you ugly. I did call you ugly. Let's kind of do this number like that. Toss a couple of those in there like that. Maybe one or two like right in here. Go up that way. We'll pull across around the bottom. We'll go up. Just an occasional little something. Kind of like there's some grass that's sticking up in a few spots. It's kind of caught a couple little wisps of snow. And I got a little bit of that stuff left on that brush. Let's rinse that off. Oh, why not? Let's just kind of give that a little something in to hold it down. Same with you. Let's give you a little shadow underneath there. And just a little shadow. I didn't think today was going to be very long. I figured a little over a half hour. So we've got kind of a simplistic painting. Nothing super crazy. That is actually a glare, believe it or not, off the tape. That is actually not something there. Didn't want to get really carried away today because gotta get a different paintbrush here. Where are you? Put him away. Let's get the little tiny guy, because we want to do the little tiny color of red. Let's grab that. Kind of rinse that off a little bit. And what do you think? Throw him over here? You know what? Let's put him right here. Let's put him right there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's sign left-handed. And we'll put a 21 on it and maybe a YT over here. That didn't come out very YT-ish, so let's try that again. YT. I always put the YT so people can go back and look. You know, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it needs... Maybe it needs a little competition down here. We'll get them both looking the same way. And just for giggles, because we can. Let's throw an extra hidden back there. Let's pull some tape, take a peek at it. 30 minutes, 35 minutes, beginning to end, 38 minutes. Let's peel some tape and we'll go, hey, let's not look at the garbage on the outside. Hey, Maisie. Thank you, Madonna. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Just kind of doing the relaxation thing. I know I paint mountains and trees a lot, but you know what? I needed to relax. I needed to paint something I feel. And this is how I feel. So sometimes it's better to get relax and just do something that comes to your mind and kind of let your paint just do what it wants to do. Oh yeah, I love mountains and trees. And you know, we had to go with full on mountains today. And like I said, don't overthink putting snow on trees. It's really almost always on just the tips. Thank you. You don't need to get overcomplicated with trees, really. Just remember that you really don't want to see the stems as much as you can. I mean, usually when you see those trees are dying. Most of the time, fir trees are fairly full. You occasionally get a peak of, their trunks and stuff, but you got to have those lights and darks, and we've got to turn off that autofocus. Maybe just a little. But you can do that also. If you want straight up snowy trees, still don't forget your darks though. Even if it's like I said, and sunny, this is purple. That's red and blue and got some little bit of greens in it. I mean, don't be afraid to remember where your light's coming from, your directions, which way your shadow's going to be. How I do it is, right now I have I just threw all those on the floor. Light source, you know, tree. Your tree's going to be here, your shadow is going to go, whichever way your light is opposite of it. So that's the biggest thing is if your light's back here, your shadow's going to be coming this way. Your bright whites and stuff are going to be on this edge, and everything on the other side of the mountains are going to be darker. But dark in the edge, right up close near the snow, is probably a little darker. And then the farther down it gets, it's actually going to get lighter because less stuff blocking it and more light appearing. We threw in some shadows for maybe there's some tree lines that go back that way. We let your imagination do what it wants to do. You don't have to make everything super noticeable. You can just remember which side. If you're thinking your light's here, paint that way. Hey, Rob. But that's why these trees are kind of dark because the light's behind them. The other side of those trees, we'd be popping out some of that there green. Ooh, hunter in the woods. Sorry, I'll be alright. Probably should pick up the 12 paintbrushes that just flipped on the floor. So, hope you all enjoyed. We'll do this again tomorrow. I think Sonia's driving home soon, probably. So, are you on your way home or headed home or soon to head out? Sorry for my gulpy sounds. Okay, do you have a thumbnail yet? Because if you have a thumbnail, we'll put the thumbnail in there. But if you don't have a thumbnail, no, she doesn't have a thumbnail. Why would she have a thumbnail? Why would she make life easy for me? It's just not going to happen. Newy. That would be new. She did not. That's okay. You all know where she is. You all probably get the thing going ding when she. Here you go. That's M22 after you guys leave. Well, that was easy. Thanks, Shane. Take care. Can't wait to see what you paint next. I love Shane's artwork. Got way more depth than I have. Way more skill. Be safe, Shane, please. Hey, Kevin. I'm going to head out. Kevin, thank you for stopping in. There's 9 people. 4 thumbs up. Come on. Oh, by the way, my rainstorm, over 2,000 views. I got over 2,000 views on that little short rainstorm. I'm amazed. Please go check out my double rainbow. It's only 20 seconds long. 23 seconds. I know it's not 25 because 25 seconds they let you put other things in there, and I'm under 25 seconds. But 23 seconds long, and it's just double rainbow. Beautiful. And about 2 minutes after I finished filming that, I got completely soaked because it came down super hard. I actually was standing underneath one of my maple trees and still getting soaking wet. We're talking still leaves on the maples, silver maple, so they're red leaves. and I was soaking wet. But we'll see you all later on. Be well, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please do something good for yourselves today. Take a little time for yourself every day. I need to listen to my own advice because I'm not. Yeah, it was wicked. But thank you all, and see you all again soon. Much peace to you all.